Nutritionists tell us that appetite determines your diet, diet determines your intake, and intake determines your health. And shorten that down, you are what you eat. In a spiritual sense, you are what you crave. You are what you crave. What things do you cherish in life? Do you hunger for? Do you thirst for? If they're the right things, you'll be satisfied. You'll be satisfied. You know, Jesus told the woman at the well that if she got the right water, it would be a spring flowing up that would be a constant satisfaction for her. Otherwise, you'd have to keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And sometimes you think that you have eaten so much that you'll never eat again the rest of your life, like Thanksgiving. Who's not back at the refrigerator that same night, looking for that extra piece of pie or that more of the turkey that, you know, in my situation, the kids always leave and take all the leftovers, so it's like, nothing left. Hungering and thirsting. Satisfaction only comes in a relationship with God. When you humble yourself before God, with a heart broken over the right things, your life is surrendered before Him, then you will begin to live and yearn for things that are different from the world we live in. You will literally become in the world but not of the world. That's how Jesus said we should be. And you won't just religiously do things because they're expected. You will have a craving for those things in your life. Your mind will become preoccupied with the things that occupy the mind of God. You'll hunger for them. You'll desire that kind of life. You'll be bent toward God in your heart. When all our desires become one desire, then we will have that desire met. Adrian Rogers said, I don't know how much of God that you have, but you have all of God that you want, that you're hungry for, that you desire. Jesus said, seek first His kingdom and His righteousness. He said, seek first His righteousness, not our happiness. And sometimes our happiness means our righteousness, which is going to lead to satisfaction and happiness, means denying some of the things that we are deceived into thinking is going to bring us happiness. You know, I remember telling my kids, don't snack before dinner. You'll ruin your appetite. Especially if you got that candy hidden in your room or something. Don't do that. And then they come to the table and they have done that, and I'm not really hungry. And they just kind of pick at this and pick at that. There are a lot of people that show up at church. They've been snacking on the world. They've been snacking on the things of the world, and they come in and they wonder why they don't come in with an appetite for God. You want an appetite physically? Deny yourself eating for a while. Then you'll devour whatever you show up for. But if you're just picking at the world, you come in here and you just kind of pick at the things of God. You're not hungry for God because the world has stolen your appetite. You got a belly full of it when you came in here. You haven't died to the things all week that would steal away the appetite for the right things. We should have a passion toward God, His will, His word, His presence and prayer, to please Him, a passion to please Him. Those things should become like a drug to you. Exciting, driven, experience you want to have constantly in your life. You know, hunger and thirst, you know, that verse just kind of zips by us pretty quick because starvation is not really something that we've ever really known. We're the best fed and the most overfed people on earth. So we don't know what it's like to hunger and thirst. But they knew. The people Jesus spoke to knew. He had to feed 5,000 of them at one time. So they didn't faint going home. They knew what hunger was. A philosopher named Pascal said that we have a God-shaped vacuum inside the human heart. And if we don't fill it with God, we'll fill it with something else. And many have filled their hearts with the things of the world, and they have full stomachs and empty hearts. Augustine said said this, a great theologian of over 1,000 years ago. He said, he explained the problem and said the solution is, "Oh God, you have made us for yourself, and our hearts are restless until they find their rest in you." So you're never going to be happy until you put God first in your life and that you're desperate for him. Socrates had a student of his that came to him, and the student asked him the best way to acquire knowledge. And so Socrates took him down to the river and plunged him beneath the surface. And the man struggled to free himself, but Socrates kept his head submerged. Finally, after much effort, the man was able to break loose, emerge from the water. And then Socrates asked him, "When you thought you were drowning, what one thing did you want most of all?" He's still gasping for breath. He said, "I wanted air." Socrates said, "When you want knowledge as much as you wanted air, then you'll get it. When we want God as much as he wanted air, that's when we will get it. That's when God works in the lives of those who are desperate. We're not desperate. We're not hungry. We're not thirsty. We wonder why there seems to be this void, this emptiness.